Do you want to know what happens when a team goes all in on an early game attack and how do you stop that? Well, if so, you have come to the right place because this game will be a good showcase of that. So I am playing as Jerome. We have UNSC as Johnny in blue, and I believe a Decimus that's green if I'm not mistaken. And the way I'm opening up is double supply with a gen. Third, in order to go ahead and get ahead on that supply game so that I can get the additional mini bases associated with it, we are playing in the map called Bedrock. And Bedrock, especially depending on which side you're on, can really determine what your build order can be. And that's something that I'm still looking into trying to figure out, especially when I'm starting in mid. But that being said, we're going to wait till that gen gets done, and then we're going to go ahead and get our second gen. We haven't upgraded our actual supply pad. We're going to use our power to upgrade our gen right away to get that generator boost, and I chose to ignore the power that's over there at center at the moment. I mean on the left side at the moment because of that reason. So I'm not going to have just enough supply to go ahead and get that mini base and make sure it's not taken. I'm going to send that marine at the bottom. I've pretty much said, you know what, I'm not going to get that power. I'm going to go ahead and just keep focusing on my build order that I have going on right now in order to go ahead and see what's going on. And so red already showed a chopper at the very beginning of the game to go after the supplies that was at middle that we just saw a few seconds ago. And that's kind of a, it's not really a red flag, but it's a flag because they're doing something incredibly early that it could be seen as aggressive. And so for me, I am going to open up with the barracks before I go ahead and get hero. And I'm also going to see if the power is there. Let's see what my teammate was trying to do in that regards. Now, I am hurting in the supply department, which is why it's taking a while to go ahead and get what I need. But all in all, I'm going to still get that barracks up. And we're going to start upgrading our supply pads because we need that additional supply. But it does look like their grunts are going to be able to get everything associated with the power, which honestly at this point it is totally okay. It is totally fine. It's not something that's going to be too hurtful for me as a whole. And so we're going to go ahead and clear out the barracks. Get our barracks up, get time for heroes to get that extra stat boost. Now we're going to start making Hellbringers so we can start going after the base. And speaking of which, we already saw a baby Trox that has shown up in center to clear up one of the nodes. So I want to go ahead and start clearing up the rest of these nodes to the best of our ability, so then that way we don't have the Atriox trying to get a rank 1 right away. And so that's another sign. Their hero is out incredibly early, and so we're going to go ahead and go for a scout. And there you go. You see a double raid camp coming down for orange, and there it is, all the hammer brutes. And this is the key to trying to stop any rush as a whole. If you have someone in your team that sends out a scout to see what's going on, it's going to be a game changer in that regards, because now we know exactly what we're going up against. And I'm going to start producing more Hellbringers. I'm going to start producing more snipers. I'm going to get more marines, and now I need to figure out which direction they're going to end up going. I was going to go ahead and defend this node, but the Atriox did show up, so we're trying to dodge to the best of our ability. And we were able to save one red marine, but the other marine's going to go down. But now we have to start producing snipers, and they too are sending out choppers in order to go ahead and see who is the right person to go ahead and attack. And yes, I don't have turrets on my base, but my hero is over here on this side, and so that is one way that can intimidate the enemy as a whole. And I am going to posture my army right in between myself and blue, so then that way whichever side they decide to show up, I will be able to help try and defend that to the best of my ability. And then here we go. They have chosen to hit dark blue's base. This is going to be a coordinated attack. More snipers are being made. The hammer brutes are coming in with the jetpack, so then they can go ahead and start focusing down on the main base. Their teammate is going to end up actually dropping down mines as well. Vortex comes down on the main base, but we do have a heal, so our teammate is actually playing as Colony. And I'm going to get myself a great Y move that's going to come down as Jerome to stun all those hammer brutes. And that's going to do massive damage. And it does look like we're going to be able to hold in this position. And the key was I kept my army right available for when this attack was going to happen. And so all in all, this was a very great hold, and it kept making infantry units the whole time, right? If I just went hero, this would have been bad. If I didn't make infantry at all, this would have been bad as well. And so now we're going to go ahead and chase the Atriox. And because they decided to go all or nothing in this case, the enemies has decided to disconnect, which is really unfortunate. I don't feel like there's a need to do that. This game has great comeback mechanics as a whole, and it's frustrating when people go all in like that and then they choose to go ahead and leave the game, because there's still so much game left to be played as a whole, in my opinion. But all in all, we stopped that early game rush, and I want to go ahead and showcase that and just discuss it a little bit. So myself, playing as Jerome, went 3 for 11. My teammate Apple as Johnson went 2 for 6. Our random teammate Jano Mato, 3 for 3. Azzy Demonio, 7 for 4. Ripper OG Magu, 6 for 5. And I can't even pronounce that Decimus name, 10 for 1. And so, yeah, it's a shame. They're all 99s and then they choose to leave as soon as that doesn't work out. Whoever was the one that initiated that, that's not what we want to see for the community as a whole. We want to see some good games, some friendly games, some long games, even some short games. If it doesn't work out, still try to play it through. I have crazy comeback games because of that. But with that being said, have yourself a good one. Have yourself a splendid one. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, leave a like, subscribe, or comment. And until next time.